I'll figure it out. The room goes quiet as everyone struggles to process what you've just seen on the DVD. Finally, Dietrich breaks the silence. A dragon. Sakafu. Green Winners sent us up against a dragon. The Firewing. Emsel's voice is thick with dread. She lives. I'm really starting to regret the fact that I didn't just stay at the hotel. Iger ignores him. Wait a second. We don't know for certain. Dietrich laid a hand on Iger's shoulder. The evidence seemed pretty convincing to me, love. I'll even take it a step further. I think that secret facility that we stumbled into was her lair. The room falls silent. Iger and Glory exchange glances. After a moment, Dietrich continues. Just think about it. The Decker that Winters got those coordinates from was posting about Fierschwing. Then she was killed by some orcish bastard that attacked us after Monica died. That's a direct link between the dragon, the scarred orc, and the Harfeld Manor. And then Winters was killed by the same thing that killed Monica. Exactly. My gut tells me that the dragon is down there, Axelrod. Someplace far beneath the surface. I think that we knocked on the door to her lair without even knowing it. And I think that, given what we've seen, the dragon will do whatever it takes to keep us quiet about it. Okay, going on the assumption that there is a dragon, and that she will come after us, what do you propose we do about it? This is crazy. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to follow Winter's advice. We're going to find Vauclair. Yes, Axelrod is right. Finding Dr. Vauclair should be our priority. We're going up against a dragon. We need to find ourselves a dragon slayer. Winter spent 20 years searching for Vauclair, and it got him nowhere. How do you propose that we find him? With help of an information broker. Let me guess, back to the coffee shop. For this? No. While Herr Brockgazi is very capable, a task of this magnitude is beyond him. We need to make contact with the premier information broker in Berlin. We need to talk to Alice. Blitz scoffs at Amsel. Alice? Best of luck, and I hope that you're rich. Amsel raises an eyebrow. For this? Rich enough, even if only just. Who is this Alice? A most prominent figure in Berlin's shadow community. Schockwellenreiter. She provides information retrieval services for the F-State. Amsel turns to the computer console behind him and runs his finger over a virtual keyboard. The machine begins to hum. If Winters was right, if Vauclair is still alive, she can help us find him. Console spits out a stick of black plastic. Amsel plucks it from the computer and hands it to you. Here, your key to speak with Alice. Cred stick. Amsel nods. An encoded cred stick, yes. 10,000 Nuyen. Alice will not show her face for less. This represents the last of my personal savings, Axelrod. Make this meeting count. Where do I need to go? Take the U-Bahn to the Allstad Spandau. There you will find a connecting tube that the locals refer to as the rabbit hole. You will find a method of contacting Alice there. Don't call it that in front of her, though. Word on the street is that she hates it. Alice, rabbit hole. Please hurry. While you're out, I will work on acquiring new contracts for the team. Alice is the best there is at what she does, and her services carry a price tag to match. Alrighty. I'm gonna mark out the loading screen. Probably use that. Oh, actually, maybe not, because I think I need to spend some money. I think it's this guy over here that sells the weapons. Show me your inventory. Alright, so I need ranged combat 4. Ooh, Overwatch. Yeah. Okay. We'll start going into ranged combat. Definitely need to upgrade this pistole. Let me walk over to Home Chick Slice real quick too. See if she's fixed this thing. I doubt it, but you know, gonna check. Guessing no. Okay, here's the problem. I don't know what the RoboDoc actually does. And I would like to know what I don't even know what my robot does. You know? And that's kind of a problem. Do I spend basically all of my money on this Strato 9? Decisions. I'm gonna do it. Alright, I thought I picked up an ability. Allows me to have 2 drones. Able to equip 2 drones. It doesn't really look like I've equipped. Oh, I guess. Okay, I see. Okay, yeah, I do have 2 drones. bounce. Oh, hold on. Send that to the stash. Sending you bits out of spite because I think you're a cool person. Thank you very much for the 101 bits, Mr. JRPG. I see you hold true to your statement from yesterday. After such a long conversation, I thought you would have forgotten. The only active console in this derelict span of Yuban platform is an old video arcade machine. The CRT monitor, set into the machine's cabinet, glows invitingly. Cheerful pixelated graphics swirl and dance on the screen. Investigate. At the base of the controller panel, you find a cleverly hidden input port. The port is shrouded in black plastic, and it appears to be the approximate shape of a typical cred stick. Alright, down payment. Internal motors grip the cred stick and pull it into the machine. It disappears into the port, and the screen goes black. Moments later, a video image fills the screen. The picture is dark and grainy, a far cry from the bright, colorful sprites that previously inhabited the display. On the screen is a dimly lit office. The place looks like it was pulled straight from an old detective movie. From the Venetian blinds on the windows to the great swaths of shadow that paint the walls black. Center stage, sitting behind a large mahogany desk, is the silhouette of an impressive-looking woman in a charcoal gray suit. The tip of a cigarette glows cherry red in the shadows. She leans forward into the light, and you catch your first glimpse of Alice. Her face is all hard planes and sculpted angles, with high cheekbones and almond eyes. Her lips are painted in frigid blue, but the look in her eyes is even colder. A head of lustrous black hair is interspersed with flowing streams of cyan light. Alice exhales a plume of smoke, then tips her cigarette into a nearby ashtray. She fixes her eyes on you, and her lips curl into a humorless smile. We're on your dime, friend. Tell me what you're looking for. Need you to find someone for me, Dr. Adrian Vauclair. She raises an eyebrow. The Dragon Slayer? Interesting. It's been missing for a long time. Tries to recognize the name. Trivia is a passion of mine. She taps a painted fingernail to her temple. In my line of work, it comes in handy. Oh, wow. Clearly I should have been a decker. See, this is the problem, because then I'm going to play the next Shadowrun game. And then maybe I'll remember, oh man, the previous game had so many cool things with being a decker. I'm going to be a decker this time. And then there's going to be nothing for deckers. Absolutely freaking nothing. Charming. Alice steeples her fingers. Alright, here's how this is going to work. When you give me the go-ahead, I'm going to start gathering information for you. Once I've finished, you're going to bring me a cred stick encoded with an encryption key that I'll provide you. That cred stick will have 50,000 new yen on it. When I get my cred stick, you get your information. This is the deal. Take it or leave it. Got a deal. Okay, but remember, you say go, and I go. From that point on, you're on the hook to pay me my fee. No turning back, no refunds. Are we square on this? We're square. Good, I'll be in touch. Screen goes black. Moments later, the machine reboots. The colorful sprites that you saw when you first approached the arcade cabinet return. There's nothing more to see here. Alice is gone. Round? Oh, because we're square. Round. I mean, we can be triangle, too. Rounds are cooler than squares? Justify why rounds are cooler than squares. That's why you're always around. That's a Dante thing right there. Reminds me of there was a bar, like a rapping bar, for those of you that are not familiar, that I wrote that had to do with basting. And I don't remember what it was, but it was a great thing. I sent it to Dante once, and he gave me a sufficiently an appropriate response that justified. There was like cat hair on my face, something. I've written some great bars in my lifetime, and I've heard some great bars from El Dante as well. Next, Rod, did you make contact with Alice? Yes, I did. She accepted your payment, and I ordered the search for the information we need. Very good. I can't imagine that this will be cheap. What was Alice's stated price? Right on that count, 50,000 new yen. He shrugs. It's about as I had expected. Thankfully, we are prepared for this. I've established contact with a number of new clients. You can find information on the jobs logged on your mission computer. One jobs file is on there already. While you're working to earn Alice's fee, I will continue to dig for clues about Fierschwing. If she is, in fact, roosting under the Harfeld Manor, then there must be some evidence to support that fact. The dragon is a large thing to hide, after all. Be careful, Paul. Remember what happened to Monica. I will never forget. Don't worry, Axelrod. I'm going to continue my investigation the old-fashioned way, through contacts and deduction and careful observation. We'll not jack into the Matrix until this entire sorry episode is finished. Probably wise. Speaking of doing things the old-fashioned way, Mallet is working to recover information off of those other DVDs. It's a painstaking process, and it will not be quick, but she is optimistic that she will be successful in time. Finally, I've been checking up on our friend, the orc with the skin grafts. I haven't heard anything back yet, but I'll keep you apprised as the situation develops. Sounds good. I'll go check up on those jobs. One last thing before you go, Axelrod. Samuel Breckenbauer wanted me to pass a message to you. You know him, the orc who runs the shelter across the way. Yeah, we've met. Well, he has a job for you. He wouldn't discuss it with me, but he promised that it would prove worth your time. I'll keep it in mind. Save. I'm so sad that I have multiple saves right here. I just want one. I'll probably keep both of them. I probably won't look for it, just in case, something crazy happens. I have something that I can work on. Let's go talk to Breckenbauer. Planets around, suns around, black holes around, shiny round baubles around. Balls are round, eyes are round. Pizza is usually round. Okay, but just because a lot of things are round doesn't mean that that makes them cooler. You know? Coins, like coin currency, that's typically round. But I would much rather have square money, square paper money. Because you know what? That square paper money is going to be worth a lot more than those little circle coins. Hello again, mein friend. What can I do for you? Heard that you wanted to talk about a job. Yes, I do. Thank you for coming so promptly. Takes a deep breath, slowly releases it, and looks you in the eye. Tell me, what do you know of the Humanus Poly Club? They're an anti-metahuman hate group. He nods. The largest and most well-funded of its kind, the instigators of the Night of Rage, and the enemy of everything that I stand for. Night of Rage? A worldwide race riot that took place in February of 2039. Thousands of innocent metahumans were attacked, beaten, and killed. Women and children were corralled into warehouses for protection, and then burned alive when the structures were put to the torch. This is what Humanus stands for. This is the agenda that its leaders strive. Okay, either there's a bug flying around, or this piece of like lint or something just has it out for me. You know, just keeps flying into my face, and it's being a sucker fool. They will not be satisfied until all metahumans everywhere are driven from the face of the earth. Alright, if you want to go up against Humanus, it's going to cost you. Yes, your Herr Amsel informed me of your business practices. Rest assured you will be paid. Now, if we may discuss the details of the job, go ahead. He nods. Yesterday, I overheard one of my assistants talking on his comm. He was yelling, clearly agitated. I questioned him, and he confided in me. What he told me made my blood run cold. What did he tell you? His brother Tuck works for some smuggling operation based in Shatnest. Guess. Apparently, these smugglers have accepted a contract from Volker Stahl. Stahl is a vicious ideologue and the leader of the Berlin chapter of Humanus. The cargo that the smugglers are delivering includes a large quantity of extremely hazardous chemical agent. Naturally, this fills me with unease. Whatever Stahl has planned, it can't be good for us. I want you to infiltrate the smuggling operation that is delivering the shipment. Once you arrive at the Humanus compound, you will find out what they're planning to do with this chemical and put a stop to it. What makes you think they'll talk to me? I'm no more human than you are. Many of the smugglers are metahumans. If you travel with them, Humanus will allow you into their compound. The rest will be up to you. Why would Humanus deal with a metahuman-run operation? Presumably because they're the best option available. Stahl is nothing if not a pragmatist. He will work with metahumans when it suits him to do so. When he's finished with them, he'll discard them and move on. Wouldn't it be easier just to hijack the shipment? Why allow it to get to the Humanus compound at all? Shakes his head. No, stopping the shipment would not stop Humanus. They would merely acquire another. Or a pack of snarling racists. They are extremely well funded. Alright, let's talk money. I've contacted sister organizations across Berlin and taken up a collection. Between us, we have raised 22,000 new yen as payment. Trust that this will be sufficient. All right. Nods. Excellent. I am relieved. I will make the arrangements for your meeting with the smugglers. Their leader is a elf who calls himself Maxim. Take the U-Bahn to Shatnest, and you will find him waiting there. Best of luck to you, Axelrod, and good hunting. Know that you are doing a great thing for the metahumans of Berlin. Your efforts will not go unrecognized. Right. Are you ready for me yet? You like coins more? What if you had round paper money, though? Okay. What, are we going to have round wallets, too? Do you want a round purse? That sounds obnoxious. A round purse? A round fanny pack? Come on. Come on. A round shirt? Round shorts? Come on. Workstation. New messages. We would like to arrange a meeting between you and one of our representatives. You will find him at the cafe nearby. His name is Luca Duer. He's expecting you. Come alone. Open jobs. Pending. Will's face winks on the screen. Here you will find the complete transcript of the conversation with Herr Fuchs, we're going to call him, a potential client. The job seems to be relatively straightforward and the payout is reasonable. One word of caution before you proceed. There are aspects of this run that you might find morally troubling. Be sure to read and understand the specifics of the job before accepting. If you do accept, you will be expected to carry out the requirements of the job in full. After reading the transcript, you may choose whether or not to accept the job. If you respond in the affirmative, our client will be notified, and I will make all necessary preparations for the run. Alright, who am I speaking with? You may call me Herr Fuchs. Very well, please describe the work that you have done. Straight to the point. Would like to retain your team's services for a cleanup mess. My employers dispatch a team of operatives to conduct a quiet operation at the local Sharing Pharma. They botched the job, the team was eliminated, but we have reliable information that one of the operatives has been taken captive. If this rogue agent were to spill information leading back to my employers, it could lead to a corporate war. A great many lives could be lost. My employers would like nothing more than to prevent such a tragic turn of events. And you wish to retain my team's services to tie up loose ends. Exactly. The captive operative is a rigger by the name of Thorvald Enstad. We need him neutralized before he can inform us to his captors. As Enstad and his team have already put the facility on high alert, stealth will not be an option. Your team will need to shoot its way in, eliminate Enstad, and exit the facility. Straightforward enough task, and well within my team's capabilities. What are you offering in terms of pay? 15,000, non-negotiable. Very good. We'll come back to you. Here's a brief recap on the operational parameters for this job, as provided to me by your client. Oh. We've already accepted that one. Status of Alice Fund. We have 10,000. Right. Yes, please. Is that a response to the round purse? You want a round purse? Round wallets? You want round wallets too? How are you gonna put your money in a round wallet? What are you doing here? Lone figure stands in the U-Bahn station. Dietrich. He raises a bottle at your approach, then tosses it away. Figured I'd run into you here, boss. Wanted to be sure I caught you before you headed off. Takes a deep breath and slowly releases it. Looks you in the eye. Axelrod, we need to have a talk about this Humanus gig. Go ahead, I'm listening. Well, I've got history with Humanus. I fought him back in 39, during the Night of Rage. Heck of a thing that was. I remember the terror, the senseless violence, the murdered children. I remember this little dwarf boy. They stuffed his body in the gutter, Axelrod. I can still see his face, all bruised and broken. To this day, it makes my blood boil. Anyway, long story short, we beat him. Berlin's punks and anarchists all came together, and we stomped the living dreck out of those racist pigs. A lot of good people died that night, but we put down some of the bad ones, too. Why are you telling me all this? So that you'll understand. I don't like Humanus. I hate the swine. But there's one of them that I've got to try to save, my nephew, Alexander. He's a good kid, Axelrod. I don't believe for a second that he's caught into their crap. But I have it on good authority that he signed on with Humanus all the same. Why would he join the hate group if he isn't a racist? Can't say for certain, but I have a pretty strong guess. Alexander's dad is a miserable sack of a man. I wouldn't put it past him to look at Humanus as a boarding school. They feed and house their recruits, and that's money that he'd rather spend on himself. So I'm asking you as a personal favor, let me come along on the run. I have to get that into that compound, Axelrod. I have to find Alexander. I have to turn him around before those animals make him do something unforgivable. Of course. Thanks, boss. Never doubted you'd bring me. Of course. You're too good for that. But it's good to hear all the same. Well, I mean, that's great, but you were going to come along regardless. Alright, in addition to your team, your fixer has access to a small network of mercenaries in the Berlin area. These runners appear below your core team on the runner selection screen and can be hired on a mission-to-mission basis. As you complete missions, both your team members and the available mercenaries will periodically gain access to new equipment and abilities. Any new items, spells, weapons, or weapon abilities that a runner gains will automatically be available for use the next time you take them on the mission. I can only bring 3 people. I was hoping I could bring 4 people because that last mission was useful to have multiple people. Alrighty. Well, we're gonna bring you. We're gonna bring you. And we're gonna bring you. Sorry, Glory. If Glory had a weapon that wasn't a pistol, we might be on board. Thing is she does have a lot of healing stuff. And that's definitely useful. But, unfortunately, you're just gonna have to stay behind. Round wallets. Round wallets. What else is round? Are we gonna be rocking round trading cards? Round Pokemon cards? Like, come on. Come on. Come on. We all up in the squares. Okay? We square lifing. Maybe I should mark here. Ooh, safety mark. I don't know what's going on here, but let me get rid of that. Let me get one of those. Ah. Yeah. Ah, okay, I can't do that. Unfortunate. Don't the cards have rounded edges? Corners, you mean? They do, but it's would it it's still a square. You know, there's it's still a square. Trust me. Look, boss. I just wanted to thank you for bringing me on this or along on this one. It means a lot. Don't sweat it. Even Shadowrunners have families. He nods. Alexander, he's a good kid, you know. If I'd been there for him, if I hadn't run off to Berlin, left him with his worthless sack of a dad, he'd never have fallen in with those humanist pigs in the first place. The expression on Dietrich's face softens and he claps you on the shoulder. Let's go find my nephew, and let's crack all the humanist skulls we can along the way. The Sucklefoos have it coming in more ways than I can count. There's an open request for information on current and past donors. To find information such as home addresses and photographs is preferred. Evidence of this hate group and its supporters will no longer be tolerated within our community. We'll expose them. Okay. What can you get me? Too expensive. You know what? I look at Nuyen as dollars. Okay, spend $50 on a cup of coffee. You want me to spend $5 on a sandwich? That's actually a decent price. I got ripped off on the coffee. A rough-looking dwarf with a fire plug build holds out his hand as you approach. Oh there, beanpole. I don't know where you think you're headed, but you should turn around and go back the way you came. Got business on the other side of your barricade. One way or another, that's where I'm going. He stares at you, an appraising look in his eye. Well, you look like you can handle yourself, but still, I'm telling you, the people out there are bad news. There are gangs on the other side of this barricade who'd skin you alive as soon as you look. Well, I'll just have to skin them first. He shrugs. All right, be my guest. Go play with the torture gangs. Something tells me you'd be a better fit out there anyway. He gestures to the troll standing behind him. Let him by, Sergey. This guy has like a gas mask on. That's cool. Ah, Maxim. I have a feeling this is going to be a very painful encounter. The figure at the center of the group shoots you an insolent glance. His fine elvish features match Samuel's description. This must be Maxim, your smuggler liaison. Well, if it isn't the muscle that Tuck promised us. Look who it is, everybody. The new hires have elected to grace us with their presence. Nice of you to join us. Glances at the PDA on his wrist, then looks back up at you. When he speaks again, his voice is sharp and humorless. You're late, chummer. Drop the attitude, or you can roll into this meeting without me. Lets out a theatrical sigh. Well, you come highly recommended, so I suppose I'll overlook it. Yeah, that's right, sucker. As you've already pointed out, we're running late. Shouldn't we get moving? Yes, of course. Right you are. Slaps the side of a bulldog, a step van. A second van of the same design rumbles to life a few feet away. Pile in, people, and be ready. There's rough country between us and the meeting site. We might run into trouble along the way. What else? What else is round out there that would benefit from being square? I'm telling you. Game boxes. You want these sucker fools and to be round? They're gonna be rolling all over the place. Don't want any part of that. 20 minutes into your trip, the van comes to a screeching halt. Maxim presses his face to the passenger window. Sorry, I just got the an image. I was prepared, like I got it into my head that Manadryad was going to respond, saying that but wheels are round, and wheels, are better round. You wouldn't want them square. And I thought back to the Mythbusters episode where they put square wheels on a car. And I was going to be like, well, Mythbusters did it. And yeah, it was a bumpy ride, but it worked out. And, it didn't really work out, but it was a great episode. It was a great episode. Let's see. Maxim presses his face to the passenger window. From the mix of anger and dread on his face, you can tell that he doesn't like what he sees. Darn it, I knew this was going to happen. I knew it. He cranes his neck around to look you in the eye. Everybody pile out of the van and get ready, Axelrod. We're going to need some muscle in a second. I'm already out of the van. As you take your position outside the van, you hear a shrill voice bark out an order. A pair of portable gun turrets begins to self-calibrate in response. Sweeping your gaze over the gangers assembled before you, you identify the owner of the voice, a leathery woman with wild hair and a mirthless smile. She calls out again, her voice brimming with pride. Hello out there, welcome to Rambach territory. Maxim licks his lips, his eyes scanning over the gangers' hastily assembled roadblock. His keys belongs to Surf Turf slag. Has for months. You better clear out of our way before they show up and force you out. Surf Turf? Those tunnel rats? They're ancient history. Go ahead and call them if you don't believe me. Her face twists into an ugly smile. Scream as loud as you want. They won't hear you. We buried them last week. Maxim's expression turns stony, and his voice remains calm. Congratulations on your victory. You must have taken some losses in the fight, though. I'm betting you're not at 100%. Why don't you let us cross the bridge in peace? There is no need for any bloodshed today. You know what? You're absolutely right. We don't need to fight. You just pay us a small toll, and we'll be more than happy to let you cross our bridge. I'm thinking, say, 500 new yen per van. Her voice turns cold. Otherwise, you'd better find another way to get where you're going, because this bridge is ours, and nobody crosses without paying the toll. Nobody. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe this does need to get violent. Maxim turns to you. Get ready to ventilate these suckerfools, Axelrod. We've got a schedule to keep. Wow, this is crazy. Don't worry, we've got your back. He nods and draws his weapon. Good. Maxim's voice comes out in a roar. Take him down, boys. Open fire. Oh, y'all get to go first? Uh-oh. Come on, man. Are these our homies or their homies? That's their homies. Why are you all up in their face? I see. I'm gonna run over here. Let's control this one. See what it do. Hoping for something else there. Didn't quite work out. Man, imagine if I had to take on everybody here. That would be crazy. You definitely need to die. Alright, so I can control two of them. Oh, we've got new ability, right? these are those ley line things. Somebody can take care of him. I think we're fine over here. And, help Blitz out. Am I behind the cover? I don't think I'm behind the cover. That's not good. Jesus. Really? I thought you had another spell that was an attack spell. I really thought. My dog. There you go. Oh. Oh, I need to kill this guy. Worked out. Would you like a shotgun to the face? Hold on. I can't shotgun you to the face. Oh, you have Overwatch. Shotgun you into the face. Well, 30 damage. Alright. They lost one or two guys. Hey, Manadryad, thank you very much for the 19 months. Appreciate it. Maxim wipes his face with a handkerchief. The cloth comes away wet with blood-streaked sweat. Well, that was unpleasant. All a part of the job, though, eh? You said it. Gotta admit, Axelrod, this attack has made me nervous. We're running late, we're low on ammo, and there's no time to call for reinforcements. Whichever way you slice it, we won't be going into this meat at our best. When we roll up to the meeting site, be ready. We may need the element of surprise if negotiations go south. Agreed. That ambush was more than a little convenient. He nods. Couldn't have said it better myself. Menadria just couldn't last any longer without her favorite emotes. The best emotes in the whole wide world. Axelrod's suspicious. The courtyard of the Humanus compound is strangely quiet. The only activity that you notice is the clatter of the mechanized gates as they rumble shut behind the vans. The bulldogs roll to a stop. You step out alongside Maxim and the rest of the smugglers. The heck? You have a Ghost VTS emote as well? That's crazy. Since when do you watch Ghost VTS? Ghost VTS is the bomb diggity. There are crates here, a lot of crates, all scattered in various stages of disorganization. It looks as though your delivery is just one of many that this branch of Humanus has received. Smugglers unload the cargo from their vans with practiced efficiency. The whole operation feels polished and professional, but you can tell that Maxim is nervous. You can see it in his eyes. The smugglers finished unloading the last of the crates, then take up positions around the van. Minutes pass. Nobody comes to meet you. No welcoming party. Maxim shakes his head. This isn't a good sign. It's almost as if they didn't expect us to make it here. He nods. My thoughts exactly. This puts us in a bad spot, Axelrod. I'm not sure what our next step is. Your next step is to sit out here. Mine is to go inside. I've got a job to do. Eyes widen. You're not hired muscle at all, are you? You're a Shadowrunner here on a job. That's right. But there's no reason why I can't help you out while I'm doing it. You're serious, aren't you? You're really going in there. Takes a step back. Well, be my guest. I won't get in your way. When you make it back, if you make it back, we'll be out here waiting for you. Hey, there's a typo. There's a warning label plastered onto the side of this container. Judging by the amount of small print on the label, whatever's being stored in here is extremely bad news. Take a close look at the label. Warning, highly dangerous chemical agent. Do not take internally. Avoid contact with the skin, eyes, mouth, and clothing. Increases aggression and reduces impulse control when inhaled. Avoid breathing fumes or vapor. Important, do not proceed unless materials safety data sheet has been read and understood. Alright, let's do a hard save.